What's good, guys? This is Anderson.
Christian here.
And on this episode, we have a special guest with us back in the house.
Woo woo.
What's up? Ooh.
What up?
And this episode, we're going to delve into some weird stuff. You know, we like to embark on the mysteries of the spirit world.
The universe.
Metaverse.
The metaverse is what we're calling it now.
So,
Okay.
turn on, tune in, drop out, because we're about to ride this wave of weird as we enter 111. What's up, Jerry?
What's good?
What up?
Good
Welcome
to have you
back,
back.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for inviting me back.
It's been a while. How are things?
It's been too long.
How was your art show?
It was good. It was good. You know, just a normal turnout, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know.
No, that's cool. I mean,
Doing your thing, man.
yeah, doing your thing.
Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, you gotta get out there.
Yeah. Christian, what are
Stay out.
we going to delve into this evening?
This evening, we're going to touch on one of our favorite episode ideas, which is always the uncanny. I think that's what we gravitate to. Just the unexplainable. We try to explain the unexplainable, you know, as much as you can. But
Explainable.
I know, you know, me and Jerry have had a few conversations about weird occurrences, like the Travis Scott concert.
Oh, were you there at that show?
I was, yeah.
Ooh.
I actually went to all three, so
Okay.
it was a ongoing experience.
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting.
Tradition, if you will, I guess.
Okay.
Because, you know, it was annually. It was an annual thing, so.
Okay.
How long has he been doing them now? Like, this last one was his third one? Is that right?
It was his third one, but he had that little pause because of COVID, so it was like a
Okay.
2-year hiatus or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did them. He was doing them like every year in November. It was around the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what are the other key points we're gonna hit on?
So after that, we're going to talk about some ghost stories. Do you believe in ghosts, Jerry?
I do.
Yeah.
My girlfriend believes in them like vividly, like
Nice.
passionately.
She's like,
She's
ghost
cool,
hunter.
man.
Yeah. So
She's cool in our book, bro.
Heck yeah.
She kind of like, I guess, got me more into it because
Made you a believer.
more than I wanted to be. So
He's like, not by choice.
definitely not by choice.
That's cool.
And then we're also going to go into demon trips, a.k.a. just bad trips.
AKA, no thanks.
And I say trips, but it's just singular,
Pass.
you know, unless Jerry has any other experiences to share. But we have
I've had multiple bad
okay,
trips.
then we're going to keep it plural. And then after that, we'll see where we end up.
Might be synchronicities. Might be sleep paralysis.
Because that wave.
That wave of weird. Yeah, it's so weird.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so give us the rundown on your Travis Scott experience. First as a spectator, and then second as somebody that's a spectator tripping out. Or was it just the second?
Mine altered. Yeah.
He's like, nah, it's the latter.
At all of them, I was tripping. So yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't like a normal spectator, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I was for like the first hour, and then
Once
I was there and like kind of like felt safe enough, I started eating them, and then just went on my own little trip for
Eating what?
shrooms, yeah.
Okay.
Magic mushrooms.
Nice.
Amanita.
Is
Is that your preferred?
Cubansis? Yes.
When you
yes.
go to shows.
Shrooms for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't do like just because acid is more intense. Like I wouldn't want to do that in public. I feel like the shrooms I can control it more.
Okay.
I have like a better sense with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
For
like
me
at
anyways.
Travis Scott concerts, like I've never been to a Travis Scott concert. Like, is he very like visual with like his shows, and is that why you kind of gravitate to?
Yeah, he uses like a lot of like pyrotechnics, like lights, like smoke and all that stuff. So a lot of smoke and mirrors type stuff. So it's real like intriguing, and you like kind of gravitate towards it, and then kind of like get in your own headspace.
Has each concert been like that?
Yeah, from what I've been to, it got more like elaborate over the year because I guess he had a bigger budget. But
Define elaborate.
like the very last one, which was like the AstroWorld,
the opening to hell,
That fateful day.
But yeah, that one was like super intense because he like basically built like this like 20-foot mountain of a stage. Like,
oh my god!
It was huge, and at one point there was like a I guess like a dude in a bird suit or something, or that's what it looked like. I don't know if it was like a hologram.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. It just hit me. I just thought of it, and I'm probably so behind on it, but AstroWorld. Astral World.
Yeah.
So it was like a link between the astral.
Dude, that's... I didn't even put that together.
AstroWorld, Astral
Yeah.
World, or Astral Plane.
Did he ever touch on that? Like, because I've seen some of his like
I
art
feel
logos,
well, like yeah, because
the
like
swirl.
most of the stuff, like I didn't bring a shirt. I should have worn Astro shirt. I have AstroWorld shirts, but yeah, like if you see on like the imagery on the shirts, like the merchandise and stuff,
Yeah.
it's like people like walking like through like a portal and stuff like that.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
Anderson, that's
coming
wild.
on the other side, like yeah.
Oh, good.
And like one of the shirts was a person on like fire, like walking through,
That means they're walking into hell.
or coming out of, or I don't know.
Or yeah, coming out of it.
Yeah.
That's what he was. A lot of people were saying is that he basically like opened up the gates of hell.
At the third one, at the last
Yeah,
one.
the last one, because people were feeling like sick. People, I still can't believe so many people died.
Okay, before we go into that, I want to like touch on what you said, Anderson. Like, go through like, since you've been to all three like Travis Scott concerts, go through like the progression of like your experience. Like, where it was each. I know not each concert was as like devastating as the last one, but like, did they?
No, definitely not. That's what I was kind of confused about, because like I felt like they had the exact same amount of people at every single one. So it was like,
Really?
I don't see why that would be like, like a like devastating factor of the whole thing. Like if there was so many people at every single event.
Yeah.
Like the first one, literally, I felt like it was the exact same amount of people.
That's so weird, man.
And would you say the amount the amount of security was the same at each concert too?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like exact same, because like the same thing happened at the first one, like where they had the people like ran through security and like jumped the gate and like dropped out, like all the same things happened at every single one. Like I swear, I was there to watch. I was there to watch it every single time. Like you'd see the kids like run, jump the gate fall over. So many people run in, and then they block it off, and then.
So the first one was like mild. What about the second show?
It was about the same. Like just mild. Like nothing too crazy. I kind of got a bad vibe, but also Marilyn Manson performed at that one.
Oh.
And I was tripping super hard. And when he came on, like I was like, dang, I was like, this is definitely like some demonic type shit.
Well, because that's how
goodness.
his performances usually.
Yeah, of course. Like it's like
Marilyn
real like
Manson.
theatrical and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He
Yeah.
changed his outfit like 10 times. But like, yeah.
Gerry, that's weird that like he would have Marilyn Manson be like one of his
Openers.
He's
a hip-hop.
considering-
No, he wasn't even an opener. He was like a almost headliner. Like he was
What?
he was
Oh.
like one of like the third or fourth people to come on before Travis Scott came on.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was like Marilyn Manson, and then I think Migos came on or something like that, and then it was who was it? It was like Ray Sherman or somebody, and then Travis Scott came on.
What was Marilyn Manson's show like? You said that it was kind of demonic. Like, was he like gravitating towards like?
It's just
demonic
real
imagery?
dark. Yeah, like real dark imagery and stuff, like just throughout the whole thing. And I don't know, it's just like his stage presence.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like his stage presence is real dark and like,
Ominous. Huh?
yeah.
Is
Like-
that Is that what triggered your bad vibe? You said you got a bad vibe at the concert. Like, what do you
Oh
mean?
yeah, for sure. It was, I don't know, it was just like through like his whole set, like it was good because like of course we all know his songs, like we grew up and he was playing all his hits.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, I like this song.
Hey,
I've heard this
the
song.
beautiful people.
Yeah,
I know this
yeah.
song.
So you're listening to the song and it's like, oh, and then like when you like look up and you like are starting to like realize what's going on, you kind of like look around and like you just like get this like real dark vibe of like, I don't know. Yeah, like
evil vibes.
like because there's only like a certain kind of crowd that was like over there. Like everybody else was like walking away, and I'm like noticing who's like sticking around, and I was like, these people are weird.
Really?
Like, yeah, I was like, oh.
Like weird, like goth people, or like what do you?
No, they looked like demonic, like they like worship something. I don't know. But I was like, dang. I was like, these people paid to come to Travis to go see Travis Scott.
This is in Houston.
Yeah, in Houston.
I mean, we do have that satanic temple here. So
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
true.
There's like random stuff here.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. We definitely live in a crazy city, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, it's.
But I'm just saying, it's like a big
Strange.
event, and like they say, like they do like satanic things at like big events, like like Super Bowls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is at that caliber because there's so
Right.
many people.
Yeah.
Correct. So they're probably, they're basically
So I don't know,
stealing souls.
something. But I was like, this doesn't seem like it. Like it seemed okay at first, and then like towards the end of like his like set, I guess it got really dark, and I was just like, and I kind of like backed up, and my friend was like he's like, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill for a second, because I was like really into it, and then when I like stood up, I was like I just got like a weird feeling.
Did you have like an out of body experience, like kind of like?
I guess like I like saw myself, and I was like I just like saw like everybody around me, and I was like, I should just chill. Like,
I shouldn't be in this group.
I should kind of feel this out a little better. So I just like kind of just like started watching and like was just kind of like, just kind of like spectating more instead of like just like jamming out with no care, because I don't know, I didn't get like a good vibe.
You didn't feel safe.
You didn't feel safe.
I didn't get a good vibe, so I was like,
Damn, man. And what about the third show?
And the third show, it was fine because most of the show, me and my friend were in the merchandise line, because we were gonna go to the second show. So it's like we don't really care. We went there for the merch, like
because you could resell it, right?
Everybody goes for the merch. They resell it, everything like that. So that was like our main focus. First day, get merch. And then see the rest of the show. Like we still.
Because it's like a weekend event.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a
forget.
2-day thing.
I thought
so
it was like just a 1-day event. I didn't know.
it was at first, and then they changed it to 2 days the second year, and then it was 2 days again. So we were like, cool, we'll go the first day, buy merch, and then see like, because the people that perform last are like the big headliners.
Yeah.
So it's like we'll just see them and then come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we don't have to worry about merch because we already bought it.
Yeah.
So that was what we did, and like we caught the end of it, and then we went to go see Travis Scott when I guess everything like went to shit or whatever. But
like, give us like a detailed like
so we were watching, because I forgot who performed before him. It was like Little Baby. That's who we saw first, and then who performed? It was someone else who performed. Someone else performed, and we, instead of going to watch them, we went to go find a spot for Travis Scott. Like, fuck it. Like, everybody's going to rush over here.
Oh, for sure.
So
That's
we're just
smart.
like, we'll just find a spot and chill. So we found a spot to the right of the stage, which is like, there's like the little sound booth back here. And they have the front stage that goes, it like basically has like a little part that comes out into the crowd. And it goes around like that. So basically the right and the left side of the stage are blocked off by this middle part.
Okay.
So they can't connect. Sorry. They can't connect, except you have to go around the sound stage in the back, which apparently is where like I guess like Kylie Jenner and like all the like VIP people were at.
Okay.
casting spells.
They're in this
Heard that
little sound booth.
Those witches.
So we're on the right side of the stage, like right here. That's where we start. So we start there, like before anything happens, and then they put like a 10-minute clock on the screen, so it starts counting down. So everybody's like getting all super intense about it. Like, oh, so you start seeing like the crowd shift, the closer the clock gets down. So that shit gets tight, like real tight. Mm-hmm. But like people were like doing like passing around like acid and stuff. There was this dude that tried to give me acid. He was like, I got a whole sheet. I was like,
bro, I don't know you.
I'm good. I was like, I got shrooms. And like, it was so weird because this is, I guess, kind of gets into synchronicities or whatever. So my friend that I went to the very first AstroWorld with, I ran into him right then when we went and found a spot right there. Like,
that's crazy.
Didn't see anybody the whole show. It was just me and my friend in the Birch Line. We go see Little Baby. We walk over there. I ran into my friend. He's literally like 2 people away from me, like right there. And I'm like,
in this huge ass crowd.
I'm like, hey man. He goes, what the heck? I was like, what's up? And like, we like fist bump each other. I give him some shrooms. I was like, you want some shrooms? He said, yeah. So we both take it, and we're like chilling. So his friend that he was with was like super wasted, and he's like, I heard Drake's gonna be here. And we're like,
oh damn.
We're like, I mean, that'd be cool, but I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like he like bet somebody like $20 or some shit, and so the show starts.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd like moves, like starts getting like super close. Like they basically start pushing.
Okay.
Like to the front. So like you feel it, and it's so tight. So you're basically just going wherever the crowd's going.
You have no choice but to.
Yeah, no choice but to move. And like there's some like short people in this crowd. So
I heard there were kids too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like intense, and I was just like, what? And like for the first like 2 songs, I think I was good. Like I was good, and then the fire starts.
Oh man.
So like the pyrotechnics are going off, and it's a lot of them. So it gets hot.
Jeez.
And like it felt like suffocating because like you're like getting up to get air, and then when the fire goes off, all the oxygen's gone.
Oh my god.
So you're just like sucking in smoke and fire. You're just like.
Oh my
so I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So like that's within like the first 2 songs.
Oh my
so like the
God.
3rd, 4th song, I look at my friend and he's like, you good? I was like, no, I'm not good. So I like basically felt like I was gonna die for a second. I was like, this sucks. So I basically started swimming like backwards, like in the crowd of people. I'm just like scooping, like like backstroking, like just trying to get to the back of the crowd.
I don't know why
and
my friend
looks at me and I'm like, bro, just backstroke. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like swimming, just swim through the crowd. And he was like, what? I was like, just keep going until we get to the back. So we keep doing it until we get to like a certain area where there's like a little bit of space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then people are still pushing. So I was like, man, fuck this. So me and my friend are just pushing these people forward because we're like, y'all want to go forward, go forward. Like it's all fun to like,
Yeah.
it's not fun anymore. And then like literally you see them, and like 2 minutes later you see those same people that were pushing running out because it's hot. It's hot up there. So it got like super scary, but that was basically my experience with it. And when we got to the back, we were basically like, I guess parallel to the little soundstage. Mm-hmm. So we were literally right here, like under a tree. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't see anything after that. Like everybody said they saw all this crazy stuff. I saw nothing. Like it was literally just here. I saw people like walk by me like throwing up and stuff, but
yeah, I heard like people were getting trampled. I
saw none of that. Nothing.
Like you saw none of it, like as if you don't think it happened, or like
no, I think it happened. I'm just saying like where I was,
okay.
There was none of that around.
I mean, it's good that's a good thing that you didn't see that, because that means you would have been in it. Mm-hmm. Like you probably got out at the best time, honestly.
Yeah, right before it started. Like, like right when it started getting.
Did
like
your friend
bad.
get out?
Yeah, he was right. He was right in front of me the whole time.
Not the guy that you went with, but the person that you saw that from the
my
first
other friend.
show. Yeah.
I didn't see him get out when I got out, but I hit him up after the show, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm at home, I'm chilling."
Yeah.
And his drunk friend, he was super drunk. Yeah, he was good too. He was like, "Yeah, we were all good," and they were like in it. Like when it started, they started pushing forward, so they went forward, and we went back. We were like, "Forget that."
You know what's so weird is just how they have the like design of the show you know, like that it's like pyrotechnics, nothing but fire. And like you said, like everybody's so crammed that you can't breathe.
And it's like a tunnel, right? Isn't there like
Yeah.
a tunnel, like a mouth opening or something like that? Or a vortex?
Oh, I saw there was like a, isn't
It
there
was,
like a picture
it was
of
kind of
like,
like, it was like kind of like a mountain, but it was just a screen.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like an actual like tunnel thing. It was just like a screen in the middle, and then they had like a little thing built around it. But that's basically all it was, and it just has like a big walkway.
I think honestly, if I was at a event like that, getting pushed all the way to the front, that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
But to be like intoxicated or tripping, like can you imagine how dehydrated you are and you're panicking? I would panic. And I would be like, I would probably pass out.
That's what happened to me. I started panicking, and I was like, oh, and I was like, no, like if I pass out, like that's it, I'm done. So I just like forced myself to push myself to the back, like.
So you were actually at that point where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not good.
Yeah, it was not good because I was like, I felt like I was okay, and then like split second, dude, like within like not even like 1 second, I felt like I wasn't okay, and I was like,
Jeez.
And then I heard like also there was a sound effect almost like
Like an entrancing thump that was kind of like subduing everybody and making them feel sick.
no idea.
You didn't hear that? People were saying it was playing lightly in the background like the whole show. Yeah, but who knows? That might just been, you know, like when they play like ambient music while they're setting up stages and stuff.
Yeah.
But
It could have just been that playing.
But
like,
somebody
on a
was
loop or
saying, like it was not like, you know, like they'll play songs like on the radio as a backdrop music. They're like, no, this was like this binaural frequency that was causing people to like get sick.
Yeah.
So I think that's strange.
Probably.
What the hell is it with artists and like you know, giving off like hellish
The Weeknd.
Well, what is that high? Like, you know.
They sell. I think it's that whole saying, like, you know, they sell their soul.
Yeah.
Once they sell their soul, they have like all the luxury, but at the same time, they have to play this weird game. You know, because even like Kid Cudi, I heard like he had to wear a dress at a award show, and I was like, I've been seeing that a lot.
Well, he did that because he was trying to like give it was like respects to Kurt Cobain, because when Kurt Cobain wore a dress.
Oh, okay.
So it was him doing that. It was like an homage to him.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen like other artists like basically dressing up. Like, yeah. So
yeah, what's his name did it? I forgot his name. It was another rapper. He wore like a lot of dresses and like lace stuff.
it's like some kind of ritual, I heard. But I mean, the Kurt Cobain thing, I get that. Like that's an
Why
homage.
did Kurt Cobain do it?
Oh, I have no idea.
He probably same thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No disrespect, because I really don't know. But who knows? You know, like
I mean, I have no idea. I'm wondering.
I never heard that. They had a cross dress as a thing.
I know. I've
They have
heard that theory in the film industry, that you see a lot of top celebrities before they have that like big hit crossover. They have to, like it happened with Martin Lawrence, happened with Eddie Murphy. Like if you kind of like go down the line, you can like pinpoint like, oh, they had to dress up. What's his name? Tyler Perry. You know, when he got his success, it was because he did Medea. Yeah, and that's a weird.
It's a weird.
It's a weird
ritual,
relation.
Yeah, it was like Martin Lawrence did Big Mama's House.
Yeah.
What did Eddie Murphy do?
He started doing like the whole Clump series.
He played the
And he was having to
mom and
play
all the
like
characters.
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, if you see like The Weeknd, all of his latest stuff, it's so demonic. It really is.
I haven't really listened to it.
Even what's that? Nas X or whatever.
Lil Nas X?
Put like blood in the shoe and all that.
I saw that.
It's so crazy, man. It's like they really did sell themselves.
I just watched a TikTok the other day where this guy was going down the line of a bunch of artists. You know, and I mean, who knows, because it's such a cliche, like, oh, you got to sell your soul to make it, you know, especially in the music industry. But they went down a list of like a ton of artists who you have on camera saying like they had to sell their soul, from like Ariana Grande to Katy Perry to Nicki Minaj, and then they have like those alter egos, you know.
They shave their head. Did you see Doja Cat shave their head?
Yeah.
Like Britney Spears?
I saw that and I was like, damn. All I saw was Britney Spears. But then, like, on the other side of it, you know, I saw her. I follow her on Twitter, and I saw her do a little video where she was like, "F you guys, you know, y'all are really upset that I changed my image, but you know, all you guys, meaning like actual men, want to do is just see like women, you know, with fake titties and ass, so y'all could like wank off to it, you know what I mean? Like, and she's basically, and I get it, because she's like, y'all expect this image from me so y'all can feel, you know, good about yourselves, but like, I don't owe you shit, you know? And I get that aspect of it, but it also, cause the stuff that she's been releasing since then, it looks like the girl's going through something, you know? And it's, I mean, she has like how many like Grammys and hits and stuff.
But she wasn't able to do anything for so long, so like I think she just got like that freedom, and just kind of like, she's kind of just going crazy with her freedom. Like, I can do
like
whatever
Britney
I want.
Spears kind of.
Yeah, like I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, could be. But she had
Shattered Soul.
She had some kind of music video recently too that people were analyzing that looked very like demonic, and you see it time after time.
Mm-hmm.
The music industry is so weird.
Well, it's just like it's mostly from like the history of like jazz music. That's where like the tie to like selling your soul came from, was like blues and jazz. Like they were supposedly selling their soul so they can like play like the way they were playing, because it wasn't like a common like sound that they were getting and like producing all this stuff.
And you know, like they say, like Satan, he is like
the god of music, right?
Yeah, or like the prince of music.
Prince of music,
like that.
sorry, yeah.
So I mean, you know, music industry, you know, it's so bizarre. I mean, have you guys ever seen like anything of that nature before? Like creepy like demon figurines, or
Gerry, you want to talk about art? Okay,
Okay,
so
I'll let you start it.
Let me give you a little intro. I've only done acid once.
Years ago.
Preface I was like
years and years ago. Like
yeah, I was
10 years ago.
Yeah, I was like 21, I think, maybe 22. Early 20s.
I think you were like 20 something, 23, 20. I was 21.
I was still in school.
I was 20 or 21, something like that.
Yeah. And I was still in school, and I was waiting tables at the time. Me and Gerry, like I said, we used to work together. You know, we just happened to be like, hey, you know, let's try this. I think, Gerry, you got, like, you know, your hands
She peer pressured me.
Whatever. Lies. You are the prince of lies. But anyways, we decided to try it out. I had never done it before.
Well, if you hear this, she peer pressured me.
That's
I had
not
nothing to do.
true. Don't lie. Oh my God, it just occurred to me that my mother's going to hear this. Sorry, Mom. I did try it the one time. Wow. I haven't tried it ever since, and I won't. Trust me, it was terrible. So
she says.
Hey. But that was a really bad trip. We thought we were going to be in a safe space. You know, we were supposed to be in a safe space.
No, we were in a safe space.
Yeah.
We had everything semi-planned.
Yeah. And we were just going to hang out. And then an emergency popped up that we kind of had to go tend to. And then it just put us in a really negative headspace.
She had to tend to.
Yeah.
I couldn't be left alone, apparently.
Gerry got dragged along.
Oh, Gerry, you wanted to stay behind?
Well, I knew it was her first time, and it was also my first time, and I just didn't want to like separate and then like have to like reconnect and like
it's like a scary movie, guys.
and like catch each other up on like
you never separate.
What happened
together.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like I didn't want to separate and be like, oh, this happened to me while you left, and then be like, what happened to you? Like I didn't want to. Yeah. I was just like, I'll just go along, and then whatever happens.
Yeah, and it was an emergency, and when we got back, we were trying to just kind of like regroup thoughts and stuff. And that was such a scary night because I had never seen anything like that before. Like, and I don't know what it is. You know, I can't speak on it because like I was very inexperienced with it. I don't know if like acid is supposed to have this like weird effect on you, because I've heard it like before from other people who have experienced acid and just not been in like good mental health state. But we saw demons at night. Like we had like
Demons.
like bad vibe, bad energy, and I know it had to have been from the emergency that we had to tend to, because your mind shifts into like what you just experienced versus what you wanted to see or experience. And that night I was freaked the freak out. Like
maybe because we always talk about energy. Maybe all the bad vibes lowered your frequency, like kind of like when things go bad and you keep dwelling on it, more terrible things keep happening. It sounds like it just kind of spiraled out of control because you guys had a really bad event, and then off of that event it was just kind of put like a damper on things.
Gerry, do you want to describe your experience?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it just like kind of like it kind of messed with our thought process of like the whole trip in general. Like we went into it like thinking, oh, we're gonna have like this chill trip, like we're gonna sit here, watch some movies, like just hang out, like we always do, like smoke whatever.
Yeah.
And then like something arose or whatever, and we had to go attend to it and then come back and then try to like calm ourselves down from that. And I think just all that strain and everything kind of just put a whole damper on the whole trip, and then had us like, I think, just thinking about a bunch of like bad stuff, and it kind of just.
But were you guys communicating to each other? Like,
no, that's the thing. I think it was just like we were both in like a bad mindset, like, oh, something bad happened, and we were just thinking like I don't know, maybe just
Gerry,
bad stuff in general.
Why did we like see the same things though? That's what I'm trying to like figure out. Like, why did we?
Well, because when I feel like when you're tripping on acid, like you connect more, like with another person if you were both
synced up.
Yeah. Like when you take shrooms, like I've taken shrooms when other people in the room haven't taken shrooms, and then I've like licked the blunt for us and we smoked, and then from me licking it and passing it to them, they started tripping.
Oh wow.
And they would like hop on my trip. Like they wouldn't be tripping as hard, but they would have like a little like something. So I feel like you connect to whoever like you're around.
It was just weird, Anderson, because like we both like, how you just asked, like, did we communicate to each other? Like, no, like we didn't. I wasn't like, Gerry, I can see demons. Gerry wasn't like, hey, Christian, I can see demons.
So when was it that you guys talked about that?
We never talked about it.
No.
Oh.
No. Until
we talked about it like
the next
after,
day.
yeah. Like we didn't talk about it that
later.
night.
Yeah.
Oh,
We didn't say anything.
Really weird.
We just kind of like laid there, and we were like I was staring at the ceiling, and I was afraid to like turn away. And then I looked at Christian, and she was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "I think so." And then I asked her, I was like, "Are you good?" And she was like, "No." She's like, "Yeah." Like I could tell she was lying, but I was like, "Okay." And I was like, I kind of see something, but I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Yeah, I don't want to say it either." And I was like, let's just go to sleep.
Wow.
So we like never said it, but we like knew, like I knew exactly what she was thinking. She knew exactly what I was thinking. And I was like, let's just not say
What
it.
did it look like, Christian?
Oh God. It was
Like, was it cartoony? Did it look like special
I don't know
effects
what it
from
looked
a
like
movie?
to her.
Was it like Conjuring
what did it
style?
look like to you?
To me, it looked like dark shadows.
Yeah.
With like eyes. Like I could see just their eyes and just like dark shadows, just like moving.
Oh wow.
Kind of like just like crawling on the ceiling type thing.
Like, because it was dark.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So like your eyes are just kind of like making up stuff at the top because it's just your mind. So
Right.
it's just just picking up on shadows, and it's just kind of like making it see stuff that's not really there, but
yeah. That's exactly like it, because it was dark. I had a super small apartment at the time. Like I didn't even have a bedroom door. It was kind of like a studio type setup, and that apartment I remember, and it wasn't. I know my apartment wasn't haunted or anything, but I had already had like eerie experiences in the apartment.
See, so it could have been the apartment.
It could have been because I remember I had heard a couple of noises in the vents. I would hear noises in the vents, and I would, like I told you, I don't know if I told you, but my best friend lived above me at the time, and her brother would come stay with her every now and then, and there would be nights where I would have to call him or her and be like, hey, can one of y'all come down here to like hang out with me for a little while, because like I'm freaked out, I'm hearing stuff. So my headspace was already kind of like, oh, what am I seeing right now? Like when it was happening.
She didn't tell me any of this before.
No, yeah, because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, because sometimes it's just your mind.
Withhold information.
No, my it didn't feel haunted. It just felt like just weird things were like happening, and but that night I definitely like I couldn't tell if my eyes were playing tricks on me or like it was just like you said, like just bad energy. And I remember what I did see also was I had to go pee. I had to go to the restroom, and I did not want to go by myself. And I was like, Gerry, I gotta go pee really bad. I don't want to go by myself. And he was like, you'll be fine, just go, and it's right across. And I remember being in the restroom, and
she made me watch her pee.
You're such a liar. You're such a liar. No, sir. But I remember I had my shower curtain like right across from the toilet, and it was like a beach themed, so it had like shells and like, like turtles and stuff. And good Lord, I just remember like everything blending in together, just like moving. That aspect was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Like when you start to like shift into like, oh, happy place, I think it can be like pretty cool, Well,
yeah, because I would go in the restroom. When I went in the restroom, I would see like diamonds, like everything was all sparkly.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but the other half of it, not so cool. Yeah, and that's actually what put me off from never doing it again, to be honest with you.
That actually made me want to try it more.
We had opposite effects.
He's like, I want to see more.
Well, I was like, is this because I've had like, I had to deal with our friend's emergency? I feel like that kind of affected it. So I wanted to try it again to see like if a different, like being in a different like situation I would get a different outcome. So
did you ever have other bad experiences?
I had one where I was with two of my friends, and it was horrible because we were just supposed to like trip in his house, and his parents weren't supposed to be home. And I was like, okay, cool. Like it sounds fine. Like we'll be there by ourselves. We'll be chilling for a few hours. I'll go home. We get there, and his parents come back. Oh. For some reason. I have no idea what happened, but they end up returning like within like an hour, and like we just took it. So like there's no turning back. And then his ex shows up.
Oh my God.
And wants to have like this whole fight conversation right outside the window. So I'm literally sitting next to the window, and we could hear them fighting. And that's when it starts like going bad, and I'm just like sitting in there, and I'm like, I felt like I'm stuck. And for some reason, my mindset is like telling me that I can't leave, and like I'm trapped there.
Oh,
and like at one point I felt like I was never gonna see my family again.
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah, I was like, this is horrible. I started texting my mom like, I love you, like all this stuff. My mom's texting me like, I love you too. Like, where you at? And I'm like, I'm at my friend's. I'll be home soon. Like, not even believing the sentence, just sending it and being like, I'll be home soon. Like, crying inside. Like, I was just like, this is horrible. And then like, I don't know what happened, but I was sitting there trying to roll a blunt for like a good hour. Like, it doesn't take that long to roll, trust me. But it took me that long. And then when I finally figured it out, I like snapped out of it, and I was like, fuck this. And I told myself I can leave, and then my friends was like, no, where you going? You can't leave. Like, you're still tripping. I was like, no. I was like, I can't stay here. Like, this is not okay. And that was one. And then I had another one where I was with a few other friends, but I snapped myself out of it.
Okay.
Like, I began to have a bad trip, and I was able to snap myself out of it by grabbing a lighter. To be honest. So it's about having something like tangible, and just you knowing that
It's your totem.
yeah, basically, like, you know what I'm saying? So I started using a lighter, and I actually told this to my business partner. I was like, because he had started having a bad trip at the same time, and I told him, he was like, how are you not having a bad trip? I was like, grab the lighter, and he said, no, screw it, and he smacked it away, and his bad trip continued, and mine went away, and then later that night, he'd like try to go like console to me and be like, how did you calm down? How are you not having a bad trip right now? And I was like, you should have took the lighter. And he got so mad. So like, it's like our inside joke where it's like, grab the lighter. So anytime like something bad's happening, or like there's like a, like, you know, like there's like something that's about to happen, or like,
Yeah.
you know, you get like a bad vibe, I was like, just grab the lighter. And he'll look at me and he'll say, fuck you.
It kind of like brings you back down into reality, just
Exactly.
to like tell you everything's okay.
But that happened the first time I did shrooms. I had a Buffalo Wild Wings to-go cup.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like my way to like reset my like thought process when I started like steering off into like, I guess like bad thoughts or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I know this is what I brought here, and this is, you know, real.
What are some good trips that you've had? Like, I mean, some that were so profound. I mean, like life-changing ones. Have you had that, or ones where you're like, wow, that was I needed that.
There was one. I was tripping on acid on a rooftop with my like mentor, the one that my homeboy that taught me how to like do graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
Like he taught me how to like paint like letters, like fill-ins, like
Everything.
how to paint. Yeah, how to paint with a can. So like we were tripping on the rooftop, like super random, and we were there for like, I don't know, like 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like just sitting there, listening to music, just staring at like the what is it, Memorial Hermann Hospital, the little lights, you know, I have the little lights on the skyline. So we're staring at that, and I was like, this is dope. But like we were like freestyling or whatever, and I had like this thought process like of like everything that needs to be said has been said, and like everything is just repetitive. Like we're just constantly repeating stuff that we've heard, or like stuff that we said. Like there's only so many like letters and words that we can use within like, you know, like the English language and like so forth, like any other language. So it's like, I was like, bro, like we can't say anything else. Like everything's been said. Like we're literally just repeating ourselves over and over in like different sentence structures. I was like, this is really weird. So I was like, I don't know, like from then on I was just like, everything we create is like just a copy of something else. So it's like, I don't know, just that thought process always comes back to me, of me being just there thinking about like everything I've created from then, like it's just a copy of something I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they usually say, you know, everything's kind of been done or created. I mean, even like story-wise, movie-wise, you know, it's just your take on it is what, you know.
Yeah, especially because it's so subjective too.
Yeah.
But it's just like repeating like recycled, you know, material.
It's just constant deja vu.
Yeah, basically.
Do you believe in deja vu?
Reliving it over and over.
Do you believe in deja vu?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The most, I'd had one recently, like last week. It was like, just like super in depth. Like I went to the Kid Cudi concert, and it was weird because this is happening to me recently. So I'll buy tickets to something like a game or like a concert, and then my friend will get free tickets and better seats. So I'm just like, okay, like it's fine because like, yeah, we get better seats. I don't have to, you know, pay for it, but you know, it's still just like random.
Do you end
like,
up reselling your first?
I try. It never works. But you know,
so you lose money.
or like I'll try to give them to somebody. You know,
Okay.
I'm not a jerk or nothing, but
Okay.
usually like that night I was unable to give it to anyone. No one could go. Like everyone was working, so I was like, whatever. But we went, good seats. Like I wasn't expecting that to happen, but like right when he started performing with like King Chip or whatever, the higher song or whatever it is, Kid Cudi started performing it, and like I see this chick walked down and like with this dude in like some kind of like basketball jersey, like random jersey. But like for some reason I like dreamed this. Yeah. Like for like to the T, like the dude in the jersey, girl walking next to him, Kid Cudi, like us sitting in that exact row.
Wow.
Like I was like, what?
That's weird.
Like trippy. I even told my friend, I turned to my friend, I was like, bro, like I dreamed this. Like this is deja vu. Like I had hard deja vu. Like I had to sit there and stand for a second. I was like,
Wow.
yeah, like what's going on? Like, are we about to die? Like
I was gonna say, not they say, but I've noticed that like in movies when you see people have that hard deja vu, it's usually like before something like
really bad happens.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like,
And it's always like slow mo, and they're like,
Yeah.
they have that
That's-
realization.
Yeah.
that was like the moment I had, because I like literally just like took like a whole like minute, just like stand there and process what had just happened, and
Wow.
I like kind of got nervous. I was like, I think I want to enjoy this concert. Should we leave? Like
Is something gonna happen?
yeah, like some Final Destination.
Yeah,
just like
Final Destination.
a plane just crashes into the stadium, like because it was at Toyota Center, so it was like so random.
Oh, gotcha. Have y'all seen that video of that? I don't know if it was a Korean pop group on stage.
Oh, and the sign fell on.
Oh, the sign fell on them.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
and it was like one of those
scary.
like it's kind of like an inflatable sign or something, but it's like hanging with like strings.
Yeah.
So it just like falls. Like they're not like super heavy, but they're heavy. Like,
Yeah.
That was terrifying. I felt so bad. Did that guy survive? Nobody knows. I just saw the video and I was like, what happened?
Yeah, it's like no.
Yeah. But we're big believers of deja vu. I've heard the theory that like the reason people have deja vu is because we're actually all dead. Have you heard this theory, Jerry?
I'm not. No.
Anderson, you want to tell him about
I believe
the
it
theory?
though. I was like, I believe it though.
No, I don't know. I don't know that theory.
No. That we're actually all dead and we're just reliving. We actually all died in 2012 when the Aztecs predicted us or the world to end. And now we're actually just like reliving our life, and that's why I think I mentioned this in a different podcast episode, but that's why you have stuff like deja vu because we're actually like living our like past, present, and future all at the same time. Like it's not linear; it's like all stacked like a book. Like you think of like pages on a book and how it's stacked together. That's actually how you're experiencing life. You're experiencing your past, your present, and your future at the same time, simultaneously. And that's why you have deja vu, is because technically you have already lived this and you're living it now. And yeah.
Yeah, I never heard that.
It's an interesting theory, but, because you wonder where deja vu comes from. Did you dream it? Did you foresee it happening? Have you already lived this?
Was it just a glitch in your headspace?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
you
what I
just-
always thought. It was just like a
Like
you like a brain fart.
Yeah, and you just kind of like repeated, like it's like, zzz, like a record scratch, and it's replaying things that you had already seen.
Yeah.
No, that's bizarre. Yeah, anytime you have a deja vu moment, it's always kind of like profound, because you're like, oh wait, I've been here. I've said that. The craziest is when you try to say or talk about what's about to happen because you realize you're in a deja vu state. You know what I mean? I've had that once,
I don't think I've done that.
but it wasn't so much a deja vu. It was off of like having a dream. So I had a
Like, you
dream.
do like a whole play-by-play. Like,
Yeah, like I had a dream and I woke up. I told Christian, like, hey, this is weird. I had this dream about this random person, and I even wrote it down. And then I was like, if this happens, this is going to be crazy. And lo and behold, it literally happened like exactly to the T. And I even was like, okay, before you say that, this. And they were like, whoa, how did you know that?
Which? So, do y'all believe in witches and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like I
Vampires?
Oh man, that one's a little bit harder.
That one's a little bit harder to believe. But I mean, I know that there are like people living, drinking blood.
Yeah, I would.
Oh yeah,
that are playing the whole role.
Called cannibals.
No, but you know what? That's interesting because me and Anderson recently kind of touched on vampire. As far as like, do you think there are people who are immortal because you see so many pictures of celebrities who look like people from the freaking, like 1800s or 1900s. I mean, and they're pretty freaking close, could be doppelganger, but, what if it's, the same person kind of reliving, and in that regard, I would say, because that's the only kind of like immortal being I've kind of heard of other than, Illuminati.
A god? I was like, a god?
I don't know. It was just a thought that we had recently. But witches, definitely. I believe there are people that practice witchcraft, whether or not they're like your traditional, like, hocus pocus witch, who knows. But people who practice witchcraft, yeah, definitely.
The creepers.
Have you ever been to Galveston and gone to that witchery store?
Nah, I don't do stuff like that. Yeah, I try to stay away from that stuff, I know people that, I guess practice witchy stuff, like,
wow. The tarot cards and all.
Yeah, stuff like that, but nothing like too serious. I feel like I would try to like distance myself from those type of people. If I ever like came across them, I'd just be like,
I don't know how open they are. Because like you're right, like
I feel like a lot of them are like closet witches, like like they do that shit like behind doors. They don't tell anybody. Like there's only like 2 or 3 people that know they do it. Like I feel like that's the type of stuff.
Did y'all hear about Kat Von D, like renouncing like witchcraft?
No.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know she was into witchcraft, but I know that she was like.
I had a feeling because she'd be having all those skeletons and stuff, and then it's like that's kind of like a tie into it. Like she's like a low key taxidermist type. Like, no, you're not a taxidermist, bro.
It's weird because I saw a post that she had put up on her IG and Facebook, I think, where she was like renouncing. I don't know if I'd say she was a witch. Who knows? Because I don't think
I think
ever.
it was more like
she's
the
affiliated.
Occult.
Yeah, she had a picture of like books of like witchcraft. Like if you read the titles of all the books that she had stacked,
like vintaged or like reissued.
I think it was a combination.
Like reprints. It says half price books on the back.
Who knows, right? But she had put in her post that she was once fascinated with all these things, but she has basically turned a leaf, and she realizes now that she no longer has a tie to these things because she's on a spiritual journey now with God and stuff. And I told Anderson,
she's trying to clean herself up.
Well, I mean, who knows? It's a really weird combination of things because I saw a post, a reaction post on that whole thing where this girl was basically saying like, are the elites, whoever these people are, coming for...
You know who they are.
I don't know. Are they coming for witches now? Oh. Because typically the elites know stuff before it happens. So, she gave an example. The girl in the video gave an example of like right before COVID happened, she knew someone who was very well off and rich and like told her like, hey, you want to start preparing, like start stocking up on things, start doing things because there's something that's going to affect the country and like the world really soon that's going to like put you in a tough spot. And then COVID hit and then we were on the lockdown. And she was like, I really feel like the elite have this like in on, what's about to happen. So the theory was that Kat Von D is a very influential person and she probably knows that like they're going to start coming back to like witch hunting. And maybe that's why she's doing it. But it's odd though, because I was talking to my best friend about this and she's married to this guy. The guy, he's a celebrity, like I think like a B celebrity, but he's like an artist and his whole image, Satanism. Satanism, the whole thing. Like his concerts, his albums, his artwork, everything is like the occult and like, you know, the pentagram and all that stuff. But how can you like go on social and do all these like, you know, posts about I'm no longer tied to this, but like your husband's practicing like Satan worshiping? Like how does that even work? You know? Mm-hmm. Y'all haven't seen any of this?
No.
None of it? No. I went on a TikTok thing.
She's like, I was on Witch Talk.
Dude, it's so weird. Like, you know, your For You
Devils in
pages.
Houston.
Your For You pages are wild.
No, I just recently saw this thing on Netflix called Devil in Ohio.
Oh, I heard about Anderson. That's what...
that show's trippy.
Oh, no, wait. That's not the same thing. Anderson, we saw something recently. Somebody was posting... I'm sorry.
What is it?
There was like a docuseries. You remember, Anderson, that TikTok post? That guy was like, oh, you need to check out this, like, you know,
The one that takes place here.
No.
In Galveston, where the girl finds the box of records from the government.
No, it was a different one. That guy that's affiliated with the McAfee stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just recently just saw that.
That's what I was thinking of. But that's a documentary, right?
Yeah, I forgot what that documentary is called, though.
We'll have to post it. We'll post it on there. But which one are you talking about?
Oh, it's called Devil in Ohio. I don't know. I just saw it. It's like a limited series. I don't know if it's like a docu-series or anything, but it's like it's like a limited series on Netflix. I don't know. I recently saw it.
What's it about?
It's basically about it's a cult in Ohio that basically is centered around devil worship.
Oh.
And like basically there's a girl, like it starts off with this girl in the middle of the road like trying to run away, and like they take her to the hospital, and then they find out that she has like a pentagram carved on her back.
Oh man. And
they like think like she was like the victim.
Is this based on true events?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
So I don't know if it just said limited series. I don't know if it's like based off anything or if it's like a...
It's like a TV drama.
Yeah, maybe.
He's like, dang, I thought I was watching a documentary. It was a movie.
It's a series, but it was like it just said limited series. So I don't know if it's like based off anything or anything.
It's always the cults that just like me and Anderson both recently watched. What was that one that we just watched, Anderson? Keep sweet, obey. The Mormon.
That's weird.
Oh,
that was
the polygamous.
The FSDS or whatever. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the extreme polygamy group, the Mormon.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty
shit happening.
Pretty weird.
Creepy. Yeah, I'm good on all that stuff.
Me too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Keep it as far away as possible. But it's interesting stuff.
It's weird.
Yeah.
We rode the wave. I almost said we rode the wives of weird.
Did not ride the wives.
My bad.
Anderson's thinking about the Mormon.
Yeah. Housewives
of polygamists.
28 wives.
All right. Well, hey, it was always a pleasure having you on the show.
For sure. I appreciate it.
Glad we could, talk about, really weird stuff with you.
Thanks for finally bringing me in.
Thanks for riding this wave of weird.
Not wives.
Not the wives.
No
weird.
wives.
Don't ride the wives.
All right,
we
Christian, do you want
to
close us out?
Yeah. You can check out Gerry's social. Follow him at
Gerry Vega.
J?
It's GERRY.VEGA5.
Nice. And check out his page. Follow him. Local artist here. And you can follow us on all of our socials at enter, ENTER, the number 1, and then 11, ELEVEN. We're on TikTok, Twitter, all of those good ones. Follow us on YouTube. You can find this podcast on YouTube. We always record.
And find us on Pinterest next year.
Season 2, we'll start our Pinterest page.
OnlyFans, don't forget. No, just kidding.
Bye.
Later.